Hey everybody, welcome to the MaffmanJones movie channel. I'm your host John Maffio, and today's featured movie is the Bye Bye Man. Don't think it, don't say it. Don't think it, don't say it. Don't think it, don't say it. This is a horror movie about this creature called the Bye Bye Man, and he has like a carnivorous dog, and he leaves coins, and he also has a thing with trains, and a group of college kids rent out a house, and they start hearing and seeing things. Now, they must find a way to avoid the tumultuous craziness that is the Bye Bye Man. But what is the Bye Bye Man? Who is the Bye Bye Man? Where is the Bye Bye Man? And how is the Bye Bye Man? You think that any of these questions are going to be answered? Well, guess what? They aren't! They aren't. The mythology and the ruling system of this horror movie is weird. So you have this guy called the Bye Bye Man. He's tall. He reminds me of the Slender Man, except that the Slender Man kind of went down a class in fashion and just started wearing a hoodie. And he has like a dog, a giant dog that has no skin, but it just you can see like its muscles, but it looks like a dog from hell. And it has like these yellow eyes, and it eats the victims once they're dead, apparently. But he leaves coins. And if you think it or say his name, then you put yourself and anybody who hears the name around you in that moment in imminent danger. The coins are, and the train sounds are like things that allude you to seeing the Bye Bye Man, but you can't directly be harmed by him unless you say or think the name. So you have these characters, these teenage characters who thrust themselves into the situation because the main character, who has a girlfriend and a best friend, he finds the name carved into like wood on a nightstand, so he starts thinking it and saying it, therefore putting everybody else in danger. And then the rest of the movie is just shenanigans. I went in not knowing what to expect. I really did not know what to expect. It didn't look good. Trailers didn't sell me on it being a competent horror movie, but I went into it being like, let's see, you never know. And I laughed throughout this movie. I giggled a lot. There are so many scenes that are just out of context. In context, they're funnier, but out of context, like some of the most hilarious stuff I've seen in any horror movie in a long time. The main cast who were playing teenagers, and the one girl who's playing a psychic, who she kind of is like a clairvoyant, they're bad, but they're fine. There are a couple other side characters, a librarian, and a character in the beginning who is like an author, but he also is like one of the main guys who thrusts into the mythology of the Bye Bye Man. Both overact in such a way, some of the funniest shit ever. If I was on drugs or if I was drunk watching this movie, I would literally be on the floor. The mythology on paper sounds interesting, but it doesn't conceptually translate onto screen that well. The actual screenplay isn't good at all. Dialogue is written by like a 16-year-old maybe. Like really, some of it is really nonsensical and terrible. The concept of the whole story is very, very generic and simple. Like, it's something that you've seen in plenty of horror movies, but the way it's set up and the way that it pays or doesn't pay off, you could argue, is the worst. The acting overall is really bad for the most part. We have Carrie-Anne Moss Trinity coming in there for like 5 minutes, and it's like, oh, what, Trinity's in this movie? Okay. And you have a couple other high-caliber actresses or actors who show up for a minute too, and you wonder why they're there. Everybody else is just plain bad or just downright horrible, almost to a point of so bad it's good. Bad. We don't learn anything about the Bye Bye Man besides what his rules are for him as a horror villain antagonist, but I really wish we learned something about this character. Was he human once? Is he just a demon entity? What? Where? How? We don't get any of these questions answered. And it kind of bothered me. I will say, though, that the Bye Bye Man, for what it is a fun little thing. It's a terrible movie. But if you go into it with the right mentality and the right state of mind, you might actually have a really good time with this. It's got a couple moments of creepiness or eeriness, but it doesn't really do much to sell the entire movie. The character of the Bye-Bye Man is conceptually interesting, but it's not enough to make a whole 90-minute feature. The actual movie is really bad. It's overacted. There are some scenes in this movie that made me laugh out loud. I couldn't contain my laughter because they were so bad. But in a way, some of the scenes are so bad that they're good. So in a way, I wouldn't pay full matinee for the movie, but if you find a way to watch this somehow, when it comes out on Blu-ray and cable and stuff, you might actually enjoy yourself. But as a horror movie on its own, Bye-Bye Man sucks really hard. And I'm gonna say it's an abomination. It's a goose egg. It's a 0 out of 5 stars. But if you catch this movie in the right time, you might find yourself enjoying it, even though it's like one of the worst movies out there right now. I don't wanna be a fool in the scheme for two, so I'm leaving you behind. Bye, bye, bye. But now I want to know from you guys, what did you think of the Bye-Bye Man if you've seen it in theaters? Did you pay money to see this like I did? Let's share in our grief together. Let me know in the comments down below. Or did you actually enjoy Bye-Bye Man? Did you see things in it that I didn't? Did you actually like it as a movie? If you enjoyed this review as a whole, please like the video, please. Subscribe if you haven't already, and check out the rest of my social medias and my ODYSSEY page down below. I'm John Maffio, aka MaffmanJones, and I'll see you guys next time.